Hi guys, it's Catherine, and welcome to my Booktube A Thon TBR for 2018. Today is a very special day that I upload this video. It will be July 16th, which will be my 2-year anniversary here on Booktube, which should just make me cry. I don't know why I've been so emotional this past month. For some reason, like every time I see something by Harry Potter, I just start tearing up. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, that's so irrelevant. But okay, Harry Potter's always relevant. But today marks 2 years of me being on Booktube. I uploaded my first video 2 years ago, and it has been a crazy 2 years. I had always wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I had finally found something that I felt like I could properly talk about, which was books. It has been so much fun making videos. I mean, I hate editing and I always complain about it, but like, still, it's always just the feeling of uploading and then getting to talk to you guys and hearing what you guys think about whatever I'm talking about in my video. But just thank you so much. This channel has grown so much, and I'm so grateful. 2 years seems like a very long time for me. A lot has happened in 2 years. I've been through a lot, but Booktube has always been a very comforting, and it feels like I'm coming home whenever I upload a video or watch other videos. I don't know, let's try not to get emotional. Whew. But honestly, just thank you so much. And I am looking forward to many more years on Booktube. But this is my 3rd year of Booktube-a-thon, and since this was the first video that I uploaded ever on my channel, I feel like Booktube-a-thon will always be something very special to me, and I will always try my hardest to participate in it. Last year's Booktube-a-thon for me was a hot mess because I didn't read anything for the Booktube-a-thon. And now looking back, my TBR wasn't very enticing either. Like, I don't really like it now. But I was in the middle of moving back home to Belize while Booktube-a-thon was happening, and so I didn't do any reading. Well, I tried to, but it just failed really bad. So this year I really want to try my hardest to actually achieve something, at least one book. I've had a bit of a weird reading year so far. I haven't read any physical books or finished any physical books. I've been trying to read physical books, but I haven't finished any. I've been heavily depending on audiobooks, and for this TBR I put a lot of physical books on it because I just really want to get back into that groove. And so I'm like, readathons really just like help motivate you, right? So that's my hope. If you don't know what the Booktube-a-thon is, I will have their videos linked down below for announcing this year and the reading challenges. There are so many planes flying overhead today. Why? But if you don't know, Booktube-a-thon is basically a week-long readathon with set reading challenges that you can pick and choose from to do, or you can do all of them. It's always up to you. It's a really flexible readathon, and I really love it for that. And I feel like it's got such a great community because I feel like so many people participate in it. And there's video challenges every day that you can partake in. I don't really do those because that's a lot of filming, editing, and uploading in one day while I'm trying to read, and I'm a slow reader, so. But there's also reading sprints hosted on Twitter and giveaways on Instagram. I don't know, it's a whole thing. You can check it out on their video. I'm not very well versed in it because I usually just read and try to get as much read as I can, like in theory, because it didn't happen last year, but whatever. We're over that. It's a new year. Oh, I also forgot to mention that this year's Booktube-a-thon runs from July 30th to August 5th. Oh, there's so many freaking, oh my god. It's not even airplanes, it's stupid helicopters. But let us get into my TBR. And since I really want success for this year's readathon, I want to leave it quite flexible in my TBR. And so I really want to read what I'm in the mood for and I feel like reading, and so like I'll actually like read it. The first one is Let a Coin Toss, Let a Coin Toss, the Coin Toss, the Coin Toss, Coin Toss, Coin Toss, Coin Toss. I cannot freaking say that. But the first challenge is Let a Coin Toss decide your first read. And I'm gonna do this part of the TBR, the challenge thing, whatever, in my vlog for the Booktube-a-thon. So look forward to that, and I will do that. And then number 2 is read a book about something you want to do, and I found this one to be very hard because this kind of seems like a category where you would choose, why there's so many freaking helicopters. This seems like a challenge that people would probably typically choose a contemporary for because, you know, it's real life stuff, but I do not read contemporary at all. I mean, I say that, but wait for the next challenge. I only really read fantasy and sci-fi and stuff like that. So I had a really hard time putting down what I wanted to read for this challenge, so I just kind of gave myself some loose options because it's quite a few days until Booktube-a-thon. So in case something comes along between that time, I'll just slot it in. So again, I'll vlog it and you'll see if I change my mind. But my options right now are Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. I had gone to a signing at Books of Wonder and got this book and got it signed by Ashley Poston and met her, but I still haven't read it because, again, haven't read any physical books. Everyone's tired of me saying that, I know. I tried to start it. As you can see my little bookmark in there, it's like a couple pages in. 6 pages. Wow, I'm really getting places. This is basically an Anastasia retelling, Anastasia, but it takes place in a sci-fi setting, so it seems pretty cool. And so I'm thinking something I want to do is live in a fantasy world, maybe live in a like sci-fi kind of world. I don't know. But also living in a fantasy world, I want to finish The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So this is kind of like my other option. I'm already halfway through this book. I don't even remember when I started this. I'd actually gotten an arc of this, which is here. And I had gotten to page 182. And then I just got a little bit bored and I did not power through it at the time. But I want to continue on with it because I'm halfway through it. And I actually remember quite well what has happened already in this book. So I think I'm just going to pick up where I left off. But this takes place in kind of like the modern world, but we followed 3 sisters who have grown up in the fairy world, which is like past the barrier. I feel like everyone loves this book. And the second book, The Wicked King, is coming out next year and everybody's so hyped about that one as well. So I feel like I need to finish this one. I've heard some people say that they weren't like completely in love with The Cruel Prince, but the second book is amazing. So we'll see. I'll try to read it. And especially since I'm halfway through, you know, it's like motivation. I'm already halfway there. Number 3 is read and watch a book to movie adaptation. For this one, I'm gonna go with another book that I've already started, but a movie that I really love. But it is Call Me By Your Name by Andrea Asiman. But when the movie came out, I watched the movie, was in love. Aesthetics, amazing. Timothy Chalamet, I mean, just look at him, okay? And Armie Hammer, beautiful. Anyways, but when the movie came out, I watched it, fell in love. I was like, you know, let's read the book. So I started the book, I listened to the audiobook, but I don't know what happened. I must have gotten busy to school, or I got another book that I wanted to read more. And so I kind of forgot that I was listening to it. And so, yeah, I want to finish it for this Booktube A Thon. Again, another one that I would just pick up where I left off, but I don't really know exactly where I left off, and I don't know how I can find out. But if I finish this book, this will be the first contemporary book that I'll have read in over a year, like a year and a half. I think that's freaking crazy. Technically 2 years. I think the last contemporary book that I read was March of 2016. So, but that'll be big things. So hopefully I'll finish that one. And so far reading it was really good. So I'm looking forward to finishing it. Number 4 is read a book with green on the cover. And the other day in one of my other videos, recently I had said that I wanted to try and read a book called Sword and Verse by Catherine Macmillan that I had loved 2 years ago, right when I started BookTube. That was like one of the first books that I read. I think, oh wait, no, my gosh, throwbacks. But I think that was I read that during Booktube A Thon. I had really loved that book at the time, but I was wondering if like I read it again, if I would love it as much as I did then. Having had the reading experience I've had since then within the 2 years of BookTube that I've been, oh my gosh, it's like a circle of life right now. So I wanted to try and read Sword and Verse again, and I don't have the physical copy, which I would have liked to reread physically again, but I do not have access to that book. So I saw it on my library on audiobooks, so we're gonna do that. But yeah, and there's green on the cover of this. Number 5 is read a book while wearing the same hat the whole time. Yeah, and this challenge is not gonna happen for me because I don't even own a hat, and I'm not about to go out and buy a hat. So we're gonna cross that one out of our list. Number 6 is read a book with a beautiful spine. The 2 books that I have as options for this challenge, I feel like are a bit too long. I don't want to doubt myself, right? But I feel like they're a bit too long for me to finish within the week, but we're still gonna put them on the list because hopeful. The first one I had wanted to read it physically, but I don't have the physical book with me right now. It's at my grandma's house. It is The Invasion of the Tierling by Erica Johansson. This is the second book to Queen of the Tierling. Really loved Queen of the Tierling, and I read Queen of the Tierling quite a while ago. So I've been wanting to get to Invasion of the Tierling for really long, but I just haven't. But my library has it on audiobook, but this is quite a long book, and so hopefully I'll be able to finish it, and especially if it's on audiobook, I can just keep it playing all the time. But I also have as a second option, but this isn't a book that I want to rush through, but it is The Heart Forager by Rin Chupeco, which is the second book to The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. Why did I say that? But this book came out sometime in the past 6 months, so I'm so excited to read this one because I really loved The Bone Witch. This is also quite a thick book. It is 500 pages, so I want to read this one sometime soon. And the 7th challenge is, of course, to read 7 books. That would mean that I have to read like a book a day. That's quite unrealistic for me. Let's just be honest. If I do make any changes to my TBR, I will definitely obviously include it in my vlog / wrap up of Booktube A Thon, and hopefully I'll have one up for you, and hopefully I don't fail at this like last year. Positive vibe, positive thinking, okay? We're gonna do it. But I'll probably update you guys on my Instagram, which I always have linked down below if you want to check it out, as well as all my other social media links. But anyways, that is it for my TBR. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for 2 years. It's been a great 2 years. Yeah, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.
I was yours on Sunday while we watched the children play. We fell deep in love again, like we